Potatoes, small 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 potatoes.
I don't claim to be a happy man, nor do I claim to be a religious man. In fact, the only thing in my heart is a dark pit that only gets satisfaction from bullying others. I'm not hollow inside at all. And seeing as I have this unquenchable need to pick on others to make myself feel better, today I'm going to bully an old man. However, this time I feel like I'm quite justified, as this old opa is quite the creep.
To India now, where the Dalai Lama has apologised after a video showing him kissing a young boy triggered backlash on social media. It happened at an event in northern India in February. The Dalai Lama's office says His Holiness, quote, regrets the incident. Vedika Sood joins us now live from New Delhi. I think, Vedika, anybody that's read the Book of Joy with Archbishop Desmond Tutu knows that the Dalai Lama can be a joker.
That practical joker is the 14th Dalai Lama of Tibetan Buddhism. You can think of him as basically a one-to-one comparison of the Catholic Pope. His role is almost entirely similar. He looks after the religion, he looks at the scripture, teaches, preaches, and spreads the good word. And occasionally when he has time, he tries to tongue down little boys, which is, oddly enough, also similar to the Catholic Pope. Now, unsurprisingly, this video was not received very well, as the overwhelming majority of the world who is not part of Buddhism was kind of like, hey man, that's a bit inappropriate at least, and downright diabolical at best. Now, aside from him pulling the Tom Brady, it was even more creepy the wording leading up to the kiss. In the video which is circulated online, the boy is seen asking if he can hug the Dalai Lama. The leader motions to his cheek saying first here, and the boy kisses his cheek and gives him a hug. Then while holding the boy's hand, the Dalai Lama motions to his lips and says, I think here also, and kisses the boy on the lips. The leader then puts his forehead to that of the boy's before sticking out his tongue, and he says, suck my tongue. The Dalai Lama's office has issued an apology, of course, as you heard, but I want you to listen to their reasoning. His Holiness often teases people he meets in an innocent and playful way, even in public and before cameras. He regrets the incident, his office said. Now, I know he's way more spiritually enlightened than the rest of us. Of course, he spent the majority of his life in meditation, but I'm pretty sure even in his enlightened state when he talks to cloud people, those people probably also wouldn't like it if he was going around kissing their children. It's bizarre no matter what the context is. Could you imagine me going over to my buddy Mark's house and saying, listen, I'm gonna pull a hilarious prank on your kids. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna go into this room, lock the door, and you're gonna turn the lights out. They're gonna get so scared. Dad? He's not here right now. Now, even if this was innocent in nature, which I truly do not believe, someone in his office should probably tell this old man to stop going around and pulling his pranks. I mean, to put it lightly, it kind of just makes your whole religion look a little bit scummy. And even if they're not willing to tell the Dalai Lama to stop being Mr. Mo Molester, the least they can do is not highlight it. Because some oak was sat back at Buddhist HQ looking through all the footage they got of that week and was like, this video will be perfect to show the Dalai Lama as a caring, loving soul who really loves kids. Thankfully, to my shock and awe, it doesn't seem like anybody besides his team is defending him, which is incredibly odd because on the internet, no matter what happened or what occurred, someone is always going to take the road less traveled and try and perform mental gymnastics to justify that action. But I feel like it's inexcusable, and this funny little detail that I forgot to add will compact it into something even worse. Another one of the justifications the Dalai Lama's team tried to give was apparently in Tibetan culture it is a sign of respect to stick your tongue out at someone. However, that doesn't explain why the Dalai Lama asked him to slurp on it.
And suck my tongue.
Maybe I don't fully understand his culture, but I'm not sure why a 6-year-old would get the extra honor of licking on His Holiness's tongue. Do you think some of his disciples were super jealous? Oh man, why does he get to make out with him? I've been doing this for 12 years. I make sure I shave my head up and down, and he won't so much as even give me a peck. This did have me wondering, what is up with religion and its connection to little boys? My theory is that if you take a bunch of grown men and then you take a bunch of like young kids, then you put them on top of a mountaintop and say you have to find your inner peace and you're not allowed to hook up with any woman whatsoever, you're gonna make some grown men absolutely deranged degenerates. Thankfully, that's all I have to say on the matter because there's nothing more to this story. The Dalai Lama needs to have his hard drive checked. I don't even know if he uses a computer. Check his trunk for drawings, I guess. And legally, you have to subscribe. I'll see you guys later, and promise me you won't go around kissing no little boys. Bye-bye.